Hi guys, Moloch here, and this is an early game start guide to playing as Lord Skrolk and Clan Pestilens on Legendary difficulty and Mortal Empires. So, of the 5 Skaven races, or Skaven clans I should say, that you have at the moment in Mortal Empires, in my opinion, Skrolk's campaign start is actually the hardest. And the reason for that is fairly self-explanatory. Over here at Chupiotl, you have Dark Elves led by a Legendary Lord. Up here at the Star Tower, you have High Elves led by a Legendary Lord. Over here at the Awakening, you have Vampire Coast led by a Legendary Lord. Are you seeing the theme yet? Somewhere around here, you've got Lizardmen led by a Legendary Lord. And over here, you have more Lizardmen led by yet another Legendary Lord. Oh, and you've got Dwarfs around here as well. Being Skaven, you don't really have any natural allies. I guess the closest would be your own Skaven clan here, but Skaven are a pain in the ass to get rid of if you do go to war with them, which you will need to. And that would leave the Dark Elves. Well, they're occupying a settlement in your starting province, so you don't really want to be friends with them, you want to kill them. Now, the biggest kick in the teeth, the thing that makes it extra hard, is this. You start at war with Itza, and Gorok, as leader of Itza, gets insane buffs on Saurus warriors, and they're very cheap for him. Now, Saurus warriors are tier 1 infantry, tier 1 and 2, that are good enough to still be used in the late game, because they are extremely durable. They don't rout very easily, and they do a lot of damage. They're like a chainsaw, especially on Legendary difficulty in the hands of the AI, because they get buffs to melee defense and melee attack, whereas your units do not, so they just go through them, as I say, like a chainsaw. So we have to be prepared for what's going to come, because what will happen is Gorok will go to Axolotl, and then he'll come down to Subatoon, and then he'll go to Oixil, and always he'll besiege you. So how do you go about this? The answer is you go about it in a way that's slightly different from other Legendary campaigns or any other campaigns in Total War Warhammer 2. The normal starting logic for a campaign is to secure your home province. So wherever your capital is, take the other settlements in that area and secure it so that you can get your commandment in place and you can look to expand from there. However, for Clan Pestilens, that's a trap. It's a trap, because if you go to Mangrove Coast, which is an easy take, you're literally a turn and a bit away from taking it, you are actually leaving yourself in a position in which your next battle is probably going to have to be against the Dark Elves. Well, what's the problem with that? Oh yeah, that's right. Gorok is coming round here, and he could be here as early as turn 7 at Subatoon, which means by turn 8 or 9 he's going to be hitting Oixil. Possibly 10 maybe. At the most, turn 11 he's going to be hitting Oixil. It happens every time on Legendary difficulty, because he's at war with you, so he's like a homing missile coming in this direction. So you don't want to be fighting Dark Elves or Skaven or High Elves, because if you come out to the sea they're going to notice you and they might decide they're going to wage war on you as well. You don't want to be dealing with that and Gorok at the same time, so you need to do something a bit different. First thing you need to do is send your Plague Priest here and solve that puzzle. I'd leave it to that one. There you go, you get an extra 1,000 and you get that Trickster Shard thing, whatever, doesn't matter. Here's the thing though. Let's just give him a spell. Now, instead of taking Mangrove Coast, you're going to come west, almost called it east, and you're going to recruit 3 lots of Skaven Slave Spears just to buff out your army, and you're going to take Subatoon. Okay? Oixil, there is a building here which gives you +5 food, +13 growth, +300 income, and it costs you 500. So after 2 turns, it's going to give you profit in terms of the money that you've spent on it, but also extra food, extra growth, and the income from buildings bonus there. and it can be done in one turn, so you're going to get that straight away. This you're going to demolish. Why? Because Skaven slaves are crap, but clan rats are more expensive crap. They cost almost 4 times as much as clan rats with spears. As Skaven slaves with spears to have clan rats with spears. It's 81 versus 21 per turn. And then you have the fact that if you're going up this line, it just gets more expensive until you get to Storm Vermin, and they also are crap. They are crap. So, if we have a look here, 89 in fact. 89, plus you're spending 325 just purchasing them. So 325 versus 150, so more than twice as much for initial outlay, and more than 4 times as much in fact for your upkeep. So no clan rats, you just go as Skaven slaves. Get rid of that building. You'll get back how much for that? You'll get back 600 for that. That's good. So we're just going to demolish that, and then we can start with our research chains as well when we build a building there. I'm going to keep this sort of dirty with minimal editing, just show you the warts and all campaign, including any nasty surprises that I get or good surprises, and I'll explain how to get through all of them, good and bad. So, you can build something at Oixel. I personally tend to go with the growth building because that unlocks, obviously, more growth, but it unlocks ferocious plans. We're just going to take a look at something quickly on the technology. If you go with ruthless plans, that's 1. We do want to go with ferocious plans because that unlocks local recruitment capacity 1, and that will be helpful at some point. Now, you take Subatoon and you use the Skaven's sneaky little trick of taking it straight up to tier 3. Now immediately that's putting you down to the lowest tier for food. Your troops are starving, which means they're on leadership -10, public order -2, income from raiding -25, growth -20. It's pretty lousy overall. And also you need to replenish your army. Well, that's bad, but let me just send him over there to search and get some more experience. Here's the thing. Over here is another food building. So that's food generated +4 in 2 turns. This is giving you +5 every turn. So you can actually build up your food very, very quickly. And because you're on tier 3, you can also start building your walls and garrison up. And you can also start building your weapons teams building, the weapon dump. This is crucial. You have to build this. All 3 of these buildings are essential because you want to start walling this place up fast, you want to have warp fire throwers, and you want to have food. So, that is done. I am going to recruit some more Skaven slaves just to fill out the army. And I'm going to hit end turn now. That one's done. So, research, ferocious plans, get that. That'll be useful in the future, and it unlocks that particular tree. Am I going to guess this one right? Oh, this is one of the easy ones, that's okay. There you go, 1,000 plus the rival high talisman, which is actually good, I seem to remember. So, your Plague Priest is going to come up here and act as a scout. And he's going to buy Vermintide. Your boy Lord Skrolk is going to stay there. And we're just going to end the turn. We're still doing okay for money. Sentinels of Yeti have declared war on us. That also always happens at this stage. Reliable as clockwork.
doom decay.
We're now going to recruit 4 units of warp fire throwers. Oh, actually, hold up. Hold up. We need the walls. We have got very limited time. He is going to be here very, very, very soon. And I'm trying to find my plague priest. Where has he gone? Oh, I've given him his orders. He knows what he needs to do. Okay. So we're going to start recruiting the warp fire throwers. And we're going to wait for Gorok while building up these walls. Now, one thing you might ask, why not go, because Rattling guns are probably the best unit the Skaven have, why not go straight for Rattling guns, because they're a tier 3 item, a tier 3 unit, and we can go to tier 3 here. Well, it costs 4,000 and takes 4 turns. Gorok's going to be here before that. We need to have an army ready to go on the spot, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go for that research. And let me have a quick look. That's not what I meant to hit. There's not a lot of great stuff in here, but always more besides is good for the replenishment. So we're going to leave that be for now. We're going to hit end turn.
Many boxes.
By the time that plague priest's here, I'm expecting Gorok to be almost on top of us. Like, we're talking, he is going to be 2 or 3 turns away, I believe. That's how it usually goes. Maybe there's a surprise this time. Let's have a look at Axolotl. He's got Axolotl because he's always got Axolotl by this stage.
Serve Nerdage.
There.
Clan Pestilens is on.
Going to get 1 more unit of warp fire throwers on the way if we can. And I'm going to also go for a unit of... Nah. I won't bother with the warp grinders. They're quite useful, but I'm not especially keen on them. As long as we get the walls up for Suba 2, we can let Lord Skrolk jump outside that and just let Gorok sort of hold it and try to attack it. He won't break through the walls, and that gives us time. We can then try for the ambush, and that's pivotal for Skaven, getting that ambush in. Let's see how close he is.
Doom decay.
Okay, so this is actually one of the softer campaigns. He's not on the brink of overwhelming us yet. That is good news.
Decay and die.
Because that's the case, I'm going to get us 1 more unit of rattling guns, of warp fire throwers, and 1 more unit of Skaven slaves, because we do have a bit of time. I might have gone for 1 unit too many there, just because I need to put the plague priest in. That urge to always have a full stack sometimes doesn't work out for you.
Yes,
there's your boy, and that's what I'm talking about. So we can see 7 units of his army, and 6 of them are Sauruses, including Sauruses with spears. Yeah, I did put 1 too many in there. That's okay, we'll get you rid of a unit of Skaven Slave Slingers. Now that we know he's coming, he joins that army there. And look at that. Our army, our walls are now up, which means we have a full garrison, and we have Warp Bomb. We now have what we need to fight Gorok.
Time to do it, leaders.
There he is.
Lord Skrolk.
So, he's gone up by 1. That's good news.
Short tail fool.
I am going to give him cheaper vermintides. Can't go wrong with more free rats. So, we don't want to be inside the settlement when he arrives. We want to be just outside. So here.
My eyes gone, but I see.
And the reason for that is that if he tries to attack it straight away, which he probably can't, I don't think he comes with Siege Expert, or whatever that's called, to be able to break straight into Super Tomb. But on the off chance that he does, we then have our full stack to reinforce it. But by positioning ourselves here, he's not going to walk around and attack us. So our research will get always more besides. Now we want to be outside because the most effective weapon the Skaven have is the stalking ambush. Their ability to attack and ambush people on the attack is their greatest asset, and we need to use that because that's how you beat a much better stack. He's already got Blessed Skinks. See, this is what I mean. The AI loves to cheat. We need to fight them back with our own bits of cheese. So he hasn't besieged Super Tomb. That's actually extremely rare. This is actually extremely rare, so this is one of those surprises, like I mentioned. He's not close enough to reinforce, so we're not going to buy it. We're going to go to here. And we're going to go into ambush stats again.
Prepare, unleash poxes.
Oixel in 2 turns can be upgraded to tier 3, which is good. Jesus, he is really trying to dance his way around Super Tomb. It's really like the AI is cheating and it's seeing us. Clan Fester has been destroyed, presumably by the Dark Elves. That's fine. That doesn't matter to us. And they've got Mangrove Coast. That's absolutely fine. Again, still not close enough. Oh, it is this time. So now we go for the ambush.
Plague monks, fight, fight.
And we didn't get it.
We shall return.
So we shall retreat.
Back, brethren.
And we'll give it another shot.
Bubonicus.
And we still don't get it. Now,
Retreat, run.
I don't like doing it repeatedly, but we can give this one more go.
Vile tide comes.
Because if we'd have gotten the ambush, he goes down straight away. So, instead, let's have a look at the map. Okay, it's a map with a lot of trees in it. So I can see a plan. Now, this is actually quite good in a way because it lets me show you what you can do when the ambush doesn't work, because sometimes it doesn't.
Time to attack.
So let's fight a fight. Now bear in mind, because we've got a larger army, he may well not try to engage us. So we might have to provoke him a bit. That's fine. So our reinforcements are coming from there. That is fine. And we've got a big old grove of trees over here. That also is fine. So we're going to hide our weapons teams. We're going to hide them deep. Then we're going to bring our Skaven slaves over here with everything else. And we're going to create a blob.
Ready, ready.
Because that's all these are good for. They are crap. I've got the plague monks here. They're more expensive than clan rats. They're better than clan rats, but they're not actually good. And we're going to leave these here. And we're going to put our plaguey boy there. Our even more plaguey boy there. We'll hit gamble. Now, let's talk you through the plan here, so that you know it, even if it goes south. My objective is to draw them into fighting the blob. I'm going to blob up the reinforcements with us as well, and I'm going to draw them into battle. I have 3 warp bombs and 4 menace belows. That means that I can try to bog down Gorok's forces and get them to blob up around a disintegrating unit, and then I can hit them with the warp bomb to blow up the units around that are surrounding it. That can do a huge amount of damage. It's like a little mini doom rocket in a way, and that can give us a serious edge, especially with throwaway units like this, which are just crap. They're only there to die. Meanwhile, the warp fire throwers are here, so once we've got them engaged against our infantry blob, they won't generally disengage, not en masse. So I can then rush these out, blah 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 blah, get them to here, and they can just start to bake the enemy. It's not actually going to be to here because we're going to be down here, but you know what I mean. So let's do our thing. I'm going to make that one control group because they're all comfortably ensconced together. And we're going to move those back a bit. Okay, now we're going to use these guys as a scouting and harassment team. Yep, we've got more rat ogres, so we'll stick them in that blob here. And then what I'm going to do is guard
Claw catapult. Quick.
our flanks with some of these spears. And just note that the crappest of the crap are up the front there specifically to get killed and to blow up their killers. Downside to that might be that they're going to rout damn fast. Root damn fast? Jesus. Hope you're all impressed with my grasp of the English language. Oh, yeah, and we've got this guy here. He can act as a tank too. He's expendable. We'll stick him out there.
Council's command! Shriek!
They're hiding somewhere. I'm hoping it's not over here, because if so, I'm going to have to move my warp fire throwers in a hurry. I'm just going to send them looking around because Gorok's being a little bitch.
Now, yes! Scouting, yes!
I'm assuming he's in trees somewhere. if it's over here, we're going to have to come up with a new plan on the fly.
Yes, yes.
Well, this is irksome. Mate, let's have a look over here. Oh, here we go. We found them.
March, Scotty, yes.
Yeah, it's rare that they divide across a couple of spaces here, so we're just going to attack. Those are Saurus spears, so they've got nothing to shield them against our attacks. And you can almost regard this as free damage because these units are not important.
Gracia Volskrix's best chance.
This unit could do with moving a bit faster.
Onwards! Very good, master.
There we go.
Now you'll die! Get the runners!
So we basically shredded this unit here.
For the Valentine!
Oh, they've snuck up on us. Okay, so this lot here
Guide us all.
has to turn in a hurry.
As master desires.
Because they were coming down the side there.
Scary.
Right. We're going to drop those there. And we're going to go for the warp bomb here. And we got it. Good stuff. Okay.
Sliggers. Night runners.
Now notice that we've splintered their entire army here. They're all over the place. No organisation whatsoever.
Back underground. Right under my eye. We serve. Fight. Very good, master. We are doomed. Person, hurry! Then please, we won.
He's got warp lightning, so we're going to hit that there.
Warp lightning!
These are luring them over towards my warp fire throwers, who have now been revealed. So, largely because that idiot there ran it towards them. Okay, didn't see that coming. That's okay.
Stop and go! Council's command! And council, yes! Back on the cloud! Yes! I smell failure! Big priest! Guide us, old one! Back underground! But what orders? Pour fire thrower. Now you'll fall of me. Bong bong. Retreat! Retreat! Not my fault. Stop it, you! Not worth it. Go! See, they have more.
Now we want to bog these down quickly because we don't want them to catch up with us.
Ready.
We want our rat ogres on Gorok.
We're losing. Stay right, yes.
And it's time.
That's the queen. Retreat! Die, Lizardman! What? Orders? What? War fire thrower! I'll pay as yours! War fire thrower! Now, yes!
Gorok is retreating.
Die, things! Ready! Skrolk! Fight! Attack! Enemy things now!
And we're going to bring these around to here because there are more of them coming. But at this stage, we're the ones in charge.
Our tile's yours. Clan rats.
We'll bring these over to act as the next blob.
Burn them. Yes. Bring them out. Die. Smell of musk up the air. Look, it's sneaky.
Ah, missed it. retreat these out to here. We will get the rat ogres to engage these. All about protecting the warp fire throwers at the moment because they are the real damage dealers. And there we go, we won. Let's speed this up. We'll let the rat ogres do a bit of damage to them. And there you go. Now, as I mentioned before, a lot of the time you won't even need to fight this battle because you'll get the ambush with the reinforcements in place. But seeing that there is a good example of how you can fight it. As you can see, we've actually taken minimal losses because the Skaven Slave Spears, they will rout rather than fighting to the death. Very little here was really lost. To such an extent that I'm actually going to take the money rather than the replenishment. Okay, so now you know, if I don't get the ambush, this is how I fight this battle. Okay? Now, for the sake of the replenishment, I'm going to rush back into Suba 2. Lord Skrolk gets Root Marcher. And Slicing can have Plague Rash. Oixel is one away from being able to go up to tier 3. So we made a lot of money and food on that. We're now up to the penultimate food level. So we're almost in excellent shape from having had almost none when we tier 3'd Suba 2. So, next up. Now he's gone into a camp stance because he wants to recruit. And replenish, of course. But Gorok got wounded in that battle. So that's a big blow to them. Let's see how much they get. They got nothing. Lord Skrolk, for every Skaven Lord, you go for Ancient Cunning first. No matter what their other skills are, Ancient Cunning first. Because that ambush success chance is what gives you the chance to properly take out armies like this. So, we're going to ambush this. And there you go. Easy auto-resolve. We'll take the money again because we have time. Now, we start looking at those weapons teams. We build that up to tier 3. We get rid of that one because tier 3 is like the sort of handy little neutral point. And then we go for assigning skill points. We get Ancient Cunning. And we're going to go with Blessed with Filth because that's good for blob battles just because it poisons the enemy for 10 seconds and it reduces a bunch of their stats. And when you're blobbed up, there will be a lot of the enemy caught in that circle. There we go.
How can Clan Pestilens
Loki of Felheart, I think, probably wants a fight. No, he wants money. Well, it doesn't matter. It wouldn't matter either way because we're going to fight him eventually and we're going to win. our objective here, what we are doing with this part, is we're building up to Rattling guns here, and we're building up to Plague Claw catapults here. Now I want to unlock one of the research trees here, so I'm going to, let me just check. This one gives you recruitment cost minus 5%. I'm not overly worried about that. That'll give you food. Yeah, these don't really give you very much. So we are going to go with that first, because that gives you stuff like food, growth, etc, etc. But for now, we're going to go with... We'll go with numbers beyond counting just for now. We'll go there. And we will wait, because there's going to be a rebellion here with... it's going to take 2 turns, actually, so I will probably just rush back to here. So we're really right now just waiting on rebels and another Itza army. And by the time Itza arrive again, thanks to fighting the rebels, we should have maxed ambush for Lord Skrolk.
I see you. Stalk.
2 turns. Yeah, we'll just hold for a moment. So, no need to do anything this turn. Hopefully during that battle you have seen just how deadly warp fire throwers are at close range. In my opinion, they are the best tier 2 unit in the game. That's not to say I use them in any of my endgame stacks, that's just them being brilliant at this level. You replace them with Rattling guns eventually, but there's never a point at which they're bad. So there's going to be a rebellion here, that's perfect. We can get a couple of fights out of that. And that'll keep us occupied while we're waiting for Itza to come back. So we can now recruit Rattling guns there, and we'll start building the Plague Claw catapult building here. Actually, we'll do that now, because that way we can recruit them faster. So we go for Construction Cavern, and I'm actually going to unlock Ruthless Plans now. We'll come back to numbers beyond counting later. We will probably get rid of that though, just to get walls, or will we? I'll decide upon that later. Let's just deal with this. Don't auto-resolve it, because that wipes it out straight away. We can get 3 battles out of this rebel army here. Beat them once, let some escape, and then beat the next army twice. Or if we decide, just because we're still on the warp fire thrower stage rather than having Rattling guns, we might decide to just take the 2 and be happy with that. I'll put those there. And this, with this kind of army, I'm not even going to bother blobbing, because we don't really need to. I'm just going to put our heroes here. These Plague Monks are going to go now, because I don't expect them to be much use beyond this. We don't really need them. Once we've got the Rattling guns, there's no need for anything like Plague Monks. Every unit in your army that is infantry is underperforming when you're playing a Skaven. And to be honest, we don't really need to watch this in normal speed. And here we go, and that unit just evaporated, and so did that one, and that one, and the battle's effectively over already. Lord Skrolk's getting hit by that assassin a bit. That's fine. He needs to just quit. This is taking longer than it should because the assassin doesn't seem to want to break. Get rid of that. They're annoying me now. Let's kill that guy because he was aggravating me. Oh, forget it. It takes too long. So, long-winded, but basically easy. And then I probably will kill them off next turn because Itza can't be that far away with their second army. Now, there's nothing really there to replenish. So I'm going to take the money because we don't need food much either.
A bold move.
There you go. Skrolk has Ancient Cunning. He has Evasion.
I will kill him soon. Blessed filth.
Easy.
Their lives will be short. Move! Horned rat provides. Move, hustle.
And we'll go with Bonded Service because we will be recruiting troops from next turn.
That needs you better.
So no sign of Itza yet. I wonder if they're at war with anyone else yet. Oh, it doesn't matter.
You're in Liber Japonicus.
So we're going to get rid of these because the Plague Monks are expensive and we don't really need them once we have Rattling Guns. The Skaven Slave Slingers just don't really do all that much, so we'll get rid of them.
Decay and die.
4 units of Rattling Guns. And you know what, I am going to chop this because I don't especially want public order here. Because I want those rebellions for extra money, food, and experience. And I'd really like it to actually send some armies south. Normally, you'd have been through at least 2 fights with Itza by now, but the second one is almost always an auto-resolve just because you've leveled Lord Skrolk up. Now, I know the form with these guides is normally to call them first 20 turn guides. Now, in my opinion, on legendary difficulty, the first 20 turns don't really get you over the first hump. It's really a bit more kind of, it's a little bit less consistent than that, put it that way. It depends on the campaign, it depends on how things roll during the campaign. So we'll get Plague there because that's a useful area of effect spell, does a lot of damage. So I'm looking at this more as like a first 40, just because that's the kind of time in which I'd expect to have control of the Headhunter's Jungle and Subatoon, and to have two armies. Because when you've got two armies, you can attack to the north and you can attack to the west and the northwest. That gives you the chance to really expand, and that's when I think you're over the hump. So let's get the walls up there, because that means we can just leave this unattended. Sometimes. Itza could do with sending an actual army, not a bloody hero. They're at war with Clan Mange, so maybe they've decided to expand westward. That would be very selfish of them. I'd much rather they expand towards me, because I want that money, I want that food, I want that experience. And I want, ideally, to actually beat Itza until they offer peace. Because once they offer peace, I can accept that for 10 turns and go and smash this settlement, this province up.
Doom decay.
So we've got our Rattling guns. And we can now recruit Plague Claw catapults. So we're going to jump across here. We'll get rid of 4 units of our Skaven slaves. And we shall get our Plague Claw catapults. Again, all is well here.
Vengeance on serpent spawn.
Okay, so another turn and we will have 5 units of Plague Claw catapults, which is good enough to take on pretty much anything here. We'll be down to just 3 units that aren't worth having, really. I mean, they're worth having just to act as meat shields, but they're replaceable with all of this quality that's across here, plus 2 good agents, well, a general and a good agent. Order of Law Masters and the Blessed Dread are at war. Means very little to us. And we're still in profit financially. So we're not doing badly at all. Technology. That's not really worth the effort. Let's get that one because that gets us the extra leadership for our troops. Not that it especially matters. I'm going to send him up there to act as a spy. They are coming. Okay. That's excellent.
My eyes gone, but I see.
Ambush stance. I was thinking of going across and starting a fight with the Blessed Dread, but handily They're sending us some food. They're like meals on wheels, except they're scabby little claws instead. Okay. So, we bring him back, because he's done his job there. We stay in ambush stance. We're on the board with Subatoon, so we can help defend it if they attack straight away, which I don't expect them to. And then we can waylay them with potential ambushes. There we go.
Greetings, youth.
No, there will not be a non-aggression pact with the Blessed Dread. You're on our land. Ooh, the Awakened have come down to take marks of the Old Ones. That's rare. That's a rare one at this stage. So it makes you wonder what's happening to the Order of Lawmasters. How badly are they getting sandwiched by the Awakened and the Blessed Dread? So we say to Gorok, mate, did you not learn your lesson the last time you were down here?
Kill the things.
And we got the ambush this time. Auto-resolved, done. Take that money.
Track scamper. Clan Pestilens is all.
He got away with it, but not for long, I'm guessing. Will I be able to reach him? No. Okay.
Scamper forward.
That is fine. I'm going to go back to here.
Scurry forth.
And again, ambush stance.
Unleash boxes.
Draftmaster. Because the thing is, at this stage, I just get these skills in. We're getting magical reserves because those plus 15 winds of magic are great. So, we don't even particularly need the ambush now, just because of the ability of this army. It's lethal, but we're going to go for it anyway because it makes it a foregone conclusion on auto-resolve. So,
victory, the horned rat shitters.
boo-hoo, sucks to be you. Minimal losses.
Demands.
Go down to here.
Clan Pestilens.
And we're going to go for Quartermaster just to reduce our costs. We're going to be fighting the Rebel Army here. Now, something you've got to bear in mind here, if you have a look at this army, as I've mentioned before, that's wouldn't look out of place in an endgame stack. All the way across here and with those two here. So only 3 units there are not viable endgame units. That's how powerful we are at turn 23. And what we're looking to do now, because we should have a bit of a gap before it's a comeback, we're going to go and mess with the Blessed Dread. Because they probably only have 2 settlements and we should be able to take those out before it's a comeback. And because of that, I'm not going to mess around with 2 fights with this, we're just going to kill them. Peace between the Blessed Dread and the Awakened. Nah, who cares? We've got to fight them both anyway because we want this province.
unleash.
What a laughable auto-resolve that was.
Now.
Take the money.
Rakatator. My eyes gone, but I see.
So we're going to come down to here,
Onward,
all the way across to that.
deceased brethren. I will kill him soon.
And the next turn, we introduce ourselves to the Blessed Dread. Because we're now able to take them on and rush back to deal with Itza if we need to.
More than vermintide,
I want that movement range.
arises.
And we've got solid garrisons across the board in our settlements.
Clan Pestilens
good.
will rule the world.
And if we see Gorok show up, we see Gorok show up. It's not a big deal. Oh, Sentinels of Jetty have shown up instead. Okay, we might have to postpone for a second there to go and deal with them, which might mean that we need to stop and also deal with Itza a second time. Let's have a look and see what their stack's like. Yeah, it's a full stack, so we are going to have to do that. I am not going to force march there,
Stalk corrupt.
because they're not going to attack first time, so we'll get them next. That's nice of them. They literally just walk closer to us.
Clan Pestilens is all.
Wow. That is not a particularly good ambush result in my opinion, so we'll fight this one manually.
Reap for Pestilens. Kill slay. Fight.
And for this one we won't need any trickery or any of that nonsense. We will just gun them down. So I like to have a split in my army whenever I can, where we've got evenly spread range and damage. So doing it this way means you've got damage, range, damage, range, damage, range, damage, range, damage. That's not to say that Rattling guns don't do damage, of course, but you know what I mean. I can predict where everything's going to go. Put those there. These guys here. Now,
Lord Skrolk.
this doesn't get the best out of the range of my Rattling guns because they can come all the way up to here. But that's okay because we'll do more than enough damage. And we really want to have our Plague Claw catapults in range to fire immediately. We can maybe go a little bit further back than that. So if I...
Plague Claw catapult. Scanner. Yes.
Try that. How's that looking? Yeah, just about. That'll give them something to fire at, which will bring the Lizardmen forward against us. Into our kill zone.
Plague Claw catapult.
Right, they're going to muck around rearranging themselves for a sec, so let's just do this.
Plague Fight! Attack! Die! 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 What? Kill! Yes!
And because this is a place with tier 3 walls, we now have Warp Bomb, so we can have fun with that.
Back on the ground!
Roll up, roll up. Oh, come on. Nah, they didn't hurt them enough. That's it. It's very unfair of them to not kill my rats at a fast enough rate.
Run! Flee! Flee!
There you go, get them to choose their own targets now. And I think it's safe to say we don't really have a huge amount to worry about fighting Lizardmen with this army, wouldn't you say? We no longer need the reinforcements to fight the kinds of armies that Itza and the Sentinels of Yeti will be bringing. The only things they can bring that might give us some trouble are Rite of Primeval Glory armies. Couldn't think of what it was called for a second there, but basically dinosaur spam. Even then, the rattling guns and warp fire throws will do a hell of a lot of damage to them, so they'll have to bring a lot of dinosaurs to get through those.
They are mine now.
Take the money.
My eyes gone, but I see. Scamper forward. Cankerous delight. Art, Lady Lord, demand.
And we now have a lot of money.
Pestilence is all. Run, scurry, do not stop. No buboes upon them.
He has arcane conduits, so we're in great shape. Quartermaster and lightning strike. We're back into over 1,000 in profit per turn. Everything looking good.
Clan rats enough. Yes. My eyes gone, but I see.
So Marks of the Old Ones has been raised by someone. Maybe Cult of Sotek, maybe it's who can say? I'll have a look and see who's at war with them. Spine of Sotek Dwarfs haven't declared war on us yet. That's okay. I mean, it doesn't really matter. They're not a strong faction.
Lustria is mine. Pestilens, stop.
I want plenty of notice before they start coming back. Itza, that is. Because I want to go and get Mangrove Coast. Because as I say, I will consider this a complete guide when I've got this whole province and I feel I can recruit a second army. We've got plenty of money, we just need the extra income. And he's got a right of primeval glory. Okay, we're going to have to come back again. This is what makes this a difficult campaign. Itza, if no one else is fighting them, can keep sending strong armies against you. Now, if I'd seen that coming sooner, I would have gotten rid of some gotten rid of the Skaven slaves and recruited more Rattling guns. I don't think I'll get time to do that this time.
Lord Skrolk, I hunt without eyes.
Is there anything else I can... Nah, it's not really worth doing that. So, he comes back down. He'll join the army again. Research available. We'll go for Know Your Place.
The Clan needs new, better rulers.
You know what? We've got time. How far away do I think he is? He's gone back. Okay. Then we are going to take that opportunity.
I am the Plague Lord.
We'll leave the Rat Ogre. No, we won't leave the Rat Ogre. Yeah, we will. Indecisive. But we'll leave the Rat Ogres in there, just for the sake of it. We don't really need the extra Rattling guns, but it doesn't hurt, put it that way, especially if you might be facing a Dino army. See where they've gone.
Lustria.
Okay, they look like they've been seriously sidelined. I don't really need him in the army for the fight, so I will leave him there as a scout. We've got nothing else really going on here. We will have a rebellion at Oixel soon.
Sotek will bow to Rat.
Curious to know who ruined that. Maybe Skaven rebels? See if it's coming, and if not, we are heading towards the Mangrove Coast. And they're not. So,
Vengeance on serpent spawn.
watch them try and turn up now. Guaranteed. We won't give them any forewarning that we're coming. Let's hit that. They are coming. And there's two armies this time. Okay, we need to be ready.
Cunning like a drooky thing.
This is the difficulty. We're not going to sign a non-aggression pact with them. What really caused us the problem was the Sentinels of Yeti intervening in the space between Itza armies. Because ordinarily we could smash Itza, the two armies that they send, get rid of those, go deal with the Dark Elves, and then we come back to deal with the next wave of Itza. Instead, we had to hang around dealing with the Sentinels of Yeti, and Itza were able to gather more forces.
Pestilent aura.
I don't want them to chicken out. Well, there's two armies. They won't chicken out this time.
Rakatator. Pestilence comes.
I don't want to risk losing him, so it's not worth the money. But notice that we're still in profit, even though we have this absolute murder machine of an army. There's going to be a rebellion here. That's absolutely fine. Murder dissenters for research. Actually, do we want to bother with... No, we're not going to bother with that. Go for that, because we need that to get to unlock record effective recipes. Here we go. Here comes Gorok with a bunch of he dinosaurs. Thankfully we've got lightning strike now, so even if the ambush doesn't work, we can still hit them. Now they have dinosaurs, so they could conceivably get straight in at the gates of Super 2. So we want to be able to defend that place.
Unleash boxes.
We'll need our plaguey boy.
Yes, yes.
That's a lot of dinosaurs. That's a lot of dinosaurs. Got the siege going on, that's good. Now we have the rattling guns available to deal with dinosaurs, but feral dinosaurs, like Rite of Primeval Glory dinosaurs, often tend to be crap in auto-resolve against Skaven weapons teams, so we'll see how that looks. Because we might be able to auto-resolve through this as well.
My eyes gone, but I see.
That's a lot of dinosaurs. I'm going to auto-resolve that. Because the garrison takes the majority of the damage. The weapons teams barely touched. The rat ogres were the only ones that took any real damage there. That made us a lot of money. And that is the benefit of going Ancient Cunning straight away. We'll get Renowned and Feared because that will reduce our costs again. Can you believe the auto-resolve on that is basically the same for this? That is hilarious. There again, we don't have... Yeah, we do have the reinforcements. That is an absolute crock.
Unleash corruption.
Fine, we'll fight it manually. 7 units of rattling guns, 5 units of warp fire throwers, 5 units of plague claw catapults in an ambush, and it thinks it's hard. The only thing hard about this is the dick that Lord Skrolk is about to give to this Lizardman army. Right, yeah, that'll do. Let's not get overly anally retentive with the configuration. We'll turn these around slightly to deal with flankers, because they're bound to send some guys to the flank, because that's how they do. Those there. Skrolk there. Plague Boy there. Catapults there. And let's roll. Oh, and I have Menace Blow and Warp Bomb. But this is going to be a hard fight, apparently. Yeah, we'll see how that goes for you. And we have the reinforcements, and I'm going to ignore them because I can't be bothered to rearrange them. And we're going to get Menace below. That's right, lads. Gather round. Oh, they dropped their summon on top of it. Good shout, lads.
Fight! Fight! Ready! Ready! Resurrect! Retreat! Retreat!
Let them fire their way out. Kill the general. Hopefully kill the general, but it doesn't really matter. That'll do. One loss, no idea who that was. Lord Skrolk took some damage, but nothing major there. The Plague Priest got 200 kills thanks to fighting hand to hand and that plague spell that he put on top of the skinks. That's a very underrated area of effect spell, really useful. And the Plague Claw catapults did massive damage. And we'll take the money again. They're retreating. I wonder if they've retreated far enough to get away. Nope.
I am the Plague Lord. Time. They are mine now. Pestilens stores.
Right.
Horned rat provides.
We're going to get Warpstone tokens, and we're going to get Tail Weapon. And we're going to leave him here. And Skrolk's going to go deal with those rebels.
Scary, do not stop.
Skrolk himself can have... Yeah. Because Plague Priests are always useful, it's just a matter of capacity for them. And yes, we're going to go for the Scheme of Doom. And he is going to go up to there and we will send him to Lothern, because Lothern's worth a lot of money and we can put an undercity there.
Power. Clan Pestilens is all ready. Lord Skrolk, my plague brothers. Loyal to Clan.
How bizarre, it's got a little glitch there where it's claiming it has movement range left. That's fine. Because he doesn't. So Mangrove Coast has been wiped out as well. Who is doing this? Beastmen. Has to be Beastmen, surely. Thinking maybe the Red Horn tribe.
Decay and die. I hunt without eyes.
Down it.
Kill. A bold move.
So in that case, we won't inhabit Mangrove Coast just yet. We'll bounce to there, and then we will underway across to Chupiotl. And we should get Plague Lord again.
Dark omen.
So we can recruit more Plague Priests, so we want to get that one, because they're always useful. Cheap Vermintides. He's not going to get to Skrolk in time, that's okay. He can stay there. Oh, Warlock Engineer didn't move. So then, we're going to
Spread corruption.
underway to here.
Seek out plague.
What is your dark
I'm
purpose?
not at all worried about what the Blessed Dread can bring to the table there, even in a full stack army like that.
Fog of pestilence.
Oh, hang on. Send him to Mangrove Coast and he can level up that way. That'll do. Scribe's a good one. Let's go to here, see what Skrolky Boy has. We'll get him that Scribe, because extra movement range and less recruitment cost. Not worried about that. You, my boy, need to start moving. Because we want you up at Lothern. Take everything.
Faithful servant of decay.
Plague Rash. Well, that's dumb. Are they really going to? Are they going to occupy the Mangrove Coast? That's hilarious. Because we'll take Chupiotl, then come round and take them out while they're in the Mangrove Coast if they do that. Right, Chupiotl is very weak.
Corrupt. We shall return.
That auto-resolve. That auto-resolve is incredible. Bear in mind we auto-resolve wiped out a massive army of dinosaurs earlier on.
Fight now.
Amazing. Amazing. I hate this map. It's not only crap because what kind of attacking army would just decide to position themselves on the crest of a hill, but also why exactly on the shores of a jungle continent is there a bloody frozen island?
Fire thrower! Guide us, Horned One.
Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. Top draw map selection there, CA. You really did excel yourselves with that. Of course there's a frozen island right on a humid jungle continent. Why wouldn't there be, eh?
Moving, chasing. At once. Onward. Ready, ready. God, that's one. Murder, kill, kill. Lord Skrolk. Power it up. Yes, yes, brethren. By orders. Prepare. Fire again.
Ooh, Skrolk took one hell of a hit there.
What?
We need to move them back because that bloody hill gets right in the way.
Lord Skrolk.
There we go, job done.
Enemy things now.
So, Chupiotl is inhospitable territory for us, so we're going to instantly tier 3 it,
Nothing stands.
after sacking of course.
Hell.
So we go there, we make all that money from sacking, tier 3 it,
I am the Lord.
walls, we go for this one to unlock the next stage of the research tree,
Yes, yes.
and for this one we will go with, we're going to get him some magic so we can get him Vermintide so he can help with tanking.
Laws of decay.
Got any hope of getting that? 41%. 41%. Why don't we try and get rid of that? It's a one. No luck, but worth a try.
Bless with faith.
All the way up to Lother, and I have to keep telling him that. That's fine, we won't bother building this back up. So they might come round and fight us. That's not going to bother us if they do. But if they're stupid enough to inhabit Mangrove Coast first, that will be nice and easy indeed. Yep, they have. So they've actually just weakened themselves. And I can see, is that a black arc up there? Not that it matters, because black arcs don't attack coastal settlements under the AI. Ah, I moved the wrong hero there. That's fine. So, they go to there.
Clan
He
Pestilens.
goes to there. He continues as planned. He goes up to Lothern. Eventually, that will finish after this guy takes place. But just showing you what to do there. You'll create an undercity there, and then go for the tier 4 building that allows you to get 2 food, 10% of the city's income, plus 100 gold, because that is well worth it.
Lord Skrolk.
And that's an auto-resolve.
Retreat.
Oh, we lost our rat ogres, but we don't need them. It's a cost saving, if anything.
Raise it. Destroy it.
Keep your filthy
We're not going to tier
hands
3 this one. We won't tier 3 this one. We will just occupy it because we have growth banked. We have growth banked from Oxil or Oixel. So we'll do that, and we'll do that.
Clan Pestilens. Better rulers.
And we'll go Vermintide.
A true
We'll go Blessed with Filth. Any sign of anyone over here? Okay.
Syphilitic one.
Increase his his missile resistance, because he will be spending a lot of time out front fighting people.
You bubonic clan. You
No good there, but a little bit of experience for that failed attempt. So they have the Star Tower. That's okay. That's actually good, because that means it'll be weak. I am going to recruit possibly a general here to hop over there and take marks of the old ones, because that will get us the place fully occupied. Yeah, we've got a cunning warlock master. I'm going to recruit him. That puts us into minus income. But that's okay. Next turn we'll bounce him over to marks of the old ones, because then we can take it without losing any troops.
Firetide comes.
Rebellion at Oxil, that's fine.
Master engineer.
He goes to there. They go to there. He's nice and loyal.
Plague priest.
He can stay there just to keep scouting.
Won't lightning. Kill things.
We'll tier 3 this place, because this one is important to get walls up in, because we need to be able to defend it. And then we'll go for more growth. Headhunter's jungle is under control. We go for growth again. We'll take that out. That's a terrible auto-resolve, but that's okay. We'll take the money.
A bold move.
And we will start sending this army up to here to defend marks of the old ones, because this army won't be able to, because it's just a guy. And then he heads towards Subatoon and Oixel, sorry, I keep getting that wrong, to recruit an army just like this one.
Die, die.
Plague Claw catapults, warp fire throwers, rattling guns. We don't have Jezels available yet because we need to tier 4 Oixel first. That's absolutely fine, that won't take much longer. But we have 45,000 in gold available. We're still in profit. Obviously we'll go into the negative once he starts recruiting his army and he's got units in there. But it won't take long for him then be fighting Itza, Spine of Sotek Dwarfs, Sentinels of Jeti, and you'll be able to expand in these directions because you'll also have an army up here that can defend marks of the old ones until it's fully walled up, then go across the Star Tower, take that out, finish off the Blessed Dread, start fighting the Awakened if you want, or push in against Itza, Cult of Sotek if they're still around. You're in the position to dominate from here. Everything here is secure. The only thing that's really going to cause you any trouble from this stage is the Chaos Invasion when the Puppets of Chaos show up here. But if you know what you're doing against that, that's also not hard. You literally just put yourself in ambush stance near your settlements or the beaches, and that means that when they come ashore they will get wiped out in the auto resolve. It's absolutely simple. Or if you don't hit the ambush, you can fight them manually. With these armies, chaos is nothing. So we're going to give Skrolk his last points. And we will recap that what you need to do: go west to Subatun first, tier 3 it, and then you need weapons teams, walls, and food. And then you go for, after you've got that, you go Plague Claw catapults in Oixel, and that's it. You're effectively done. You just need to keep ambushing Gorok and anyone else who comes here, like the Sentinels of Jeti or the Spine of Sotek Dwarves. Just keep ambushing and killing them. Ambushing and killing them. They will give you money, they will give you food, and they will give you experience, and that will set you up in good stead to go and kill everyone else. Thank you very much for watching. I know it's been a long one, but I think you've seen why, because it's a very unpredictable campaign and there are a lot of variables to take into consideration. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, but I hope this has been of help. Good luck with your battle, and I hope you too can crush the Order Tide over in Ulthuan at the Empire and everyone else, as I have on Legendary difficulty the last time I played as Lord Skrolk. Thanks guys.